It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Broncos and the Ravens, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game.
Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Keenan Allen, 65 yards. And the Broncos will strike first here, this wild card matchup. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, That should open up his running game, too. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because, to me...
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down. Here's Burrow. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the grab by Croft. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 53 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time for the Ravens. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Third and goal, Jackson dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Allen's got it complete. The 40. The 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he called it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, He might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll run again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game is going to be the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
1:57 to go in this 1st half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at about the 14. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You got to think that they feel.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left.
Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
Touchdown!
Anthony Schwartz.
28 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So the signal caller doing it himself there on the two-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Sutton. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Caught by Allen. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Working with a 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Steps away to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On first down, Kendrick. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Kendrick. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going in.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Jet sweep. Here's Bateman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And you think on 3rd down, they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now Jackson being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2nd and 10.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Now it looks like we've got... Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Williams.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them. Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Now Burrow. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Burrow looking to pass. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down. Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a third and long.
Here's Burrow. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it.